Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT rostermania, and we finally have a confirmation on our hands. 100 Thieves confirming Cryo will join their team for next season, will make way from the roster. Marved also potentially joining 100 Thieves. That was a leak that came up potentially last night. And also Sentinels indeed looking to make an IGL and a coaching change. ShahZaM is probably on his way out. Very much into your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you you as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that one. Just hit 30,000 subscribers this morning. Thank you guys so much for that one. The support the last few days has been immense. Let us keep on going. As Chet says from OpTic, this rostermania is a movie, and certainly it continues to be that way. This, firstly, real quick from Artist, what's the best place to visit in Seoul? Because we don't know right now what's going on with Artist. We believe the FPX team is getting signed by Na'Vi, but Artist may not be there, especially if he gets a massive offer from another team. Maybe that other team could be in the APAC region. Who knows? That's the big question, really, that even some of these North American guys have to answer, as to whether there are European or APAC offers that make more sense than, of course, a very limited number of spots in North America, especially if evil geniuses aren't doing anywhere near as much as we might expect them to. We'll see that in a second here when we talk about Sentinels, that apparently evil geniuses right now are really not considering doing that much, or like they're very quiet in the market. Now, yes, there are guys like, Dicey and B-Dog and these players they could go and sign, and probably, Jorgamo, Boostio, whatever, they might keep those guys around. The idea that EG will run it back with their same roster is just like, why even give them a spot when you're going to give it a spot to another team? Because EG arguably are the team that got finessed the best, right? They finessed this spot. I think a lot of people would say, like, they haven't really done much in Valorant. Do they really deserve the spot? You can say maybe they did on their success in other esports and stuff, but I think many would say there's probably other teams they would have preferred in that spot over evil geniuses, and now they're going to sit here and do nothing. So we'll see that in a second, because people aren't so happy about it. Now, we did see NRG potentially going to keep Tex and Som on the team. Of course, they are having a bit of a Twitter interaction here last night, so maybe something to read into there. And as I say, right, we talk about Cryo, we talk about, Ye, of course, but there still are guys like Dicey, B-Dog, big name players that still need to get picked up somewhere, you would think, and, hopefully Evil Geniuses is at least considering their options, because I think it'd be a really sad day if they just run it back with their same team next season and get absolutely smoked. But maybe their plan is just to kind of bide their time and wait until there's, look, there's going to be plenty of free agents. They might not get the real top of the, cream of the crop guys, but they're still going to get some very solid players on the market, right? Because there's going to be plenty looking for spots. So hopefully Evil Geniuses maybe come to their senses to some degree. Now, this from Cloud9 quickly here. Contract signs. Now, of course, we heard a couple of days ago that it was a Ye very much linked to this team, and that the deal was going to be done in the coming days. So maybe this is indeed confirmation that Ye has signed the contract with Cloud9, and the confirmation will come very soon indeed. That, of course, is what we expect to happen. But speaking of chamber players, Cryo is officially joining 100 Thieves. This is going to be fun, they say last night, and do the official announcement with Cryo there on 100T now. So we heard the leak about this a couple of days ago. The deal is now done. It's all finalized. 100T Cryo is official. And as I said a couple of days ago, I really like this move. I think it fits incredibly well with the culture of the team. And even I'll share a couple of clips here from Nature on stream where he actually explained this decision and said that, look, we looked at Ye. You can't not look at Ye when Ye's on the market. But he actually reckons that based on kind of where they find themselves right now with the young core that they have and all, young guys around Cryo, that actually Cryo makes more sense for the future of their lineup. And, they believe that Cryo can be the player that Ye is right now in the future. If not, he's already, not far off that pace. And he's a young grinder, fits perfectly with the culture they're trying to build. It's honestly a perfect fit. Now, I do feel bad for Will, right? Because I think Will proved himself to a significant degree on this roster. He showed up on LAN when it mattered, right? He did a good job. He wasn't probably the first pick of their team, but they got him in anyway. I think maybe, they were maybe considering B-Dog or something. They wanted Cryo in a while ago, right? So it's no surprise this has happened. But, it just kind of feels bad for Will, because as he says, unfortunately, 100T has informed me I will be released and can explore my options as an unrestricted free agent. So his contract is at an end. He has all the options on the table that he wants to explore. He's not restricted, doesn't require a buyout. But, it is pretty sad to see, just because I think he did a great job. And they're not even going to keep him on as a substitute or anything. He's just going to straight up be released from the team, which maybe is understandable, but it's still kind of sad to see. Now, at the same time, right, it makes sense, because, look, if you are 100 Thieves, why keep Will and hope he becomes a Cryo or a Ye when you can just sign a Cryo or a Ye? So I'll share the clip here from Nature where he says, actually, kind of a base to take it away, that Cryo is a better fit for them than Ye would have been.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think right now everybody would agree that Ye is probably the best player in the world, if not one of the best players in the world. And there was a lot of interest. Anybody would be silly to not consider Ye to join their team. And it wasn't a matter of expense. It wasn't a matter of common ground between us, you know, in the idea of working together. We just think that Cryo at this moment in time for the rest of the team is probably the best fit. I mean, Ye in the offseason basically is like Michael Jordan. I mean, this guy has dominated Valorant for the last 2 years. And I think any team that lands Ye is going to be very happy with their investment. And if there was a world where Cryo wasn't the best fit for 100 Thieves, I would have leapt at the opportunity to work with Ye. But at the end of the day, we feel as if right now Cryo is the best fit for us. 19, this is his first competitive game. You heard it from himself. And if he's already playing at this level, we feel like with the right investment and the time and resources that 100 Thieves have behind Cryo, that he could really be rivaling Ye one day for one of the best players in the world, at least in that position. And, you know, we have a lot of young players on our team. And Cryo's 19 himself. So just keeping everybody sort of at the same level, I think, was probably the best step forward for us.
And just to mention this real quick on the 100 Thieves front, because Cryo, of course, tweets this out. There's some replies here, and even Derek says, you know, he just joined, give him a break, and Asuna replies as well. So does this mean that Derek and Asuna are going to be staying? Because the rumor has it right now that Derek and Asuna probably will stay. Bang is the question mark there. We'll see in a second. Then Crow comes in for Will. Stella may or may not stay, and then potentially a change for Bang, especially if Marved is actually a thing. And we'll see that here in a second. Now, speaking of IGLs, we've definitely got to mention the possibility of Dephh, right? Because, look, we've got guys like FNS on the market. Dephh is on the market, you know, Xander, all these IGLs out there. Now, where are 100 Thieves going to go? But also, where are potentially Sentinels going to go if they do indeed want to move on from ShahZaM, as is the present rumor? So we actually talked about this time yesterday, where I said that based on kind of my understanding and what Hiko had to say, that probably ShahZaM is on his way out. Now, his contract is expiring at the end of this year, so effectively the contract is expired. They don't have to keep him. They can just let him go. And apparently an entire rebuild is imminent. And like, if you are going to rebuild, you usually want to start from the IGL position. Like, it's going to change the culture. We talked about it yesterday. Now, seemingly there's new coaching staff coming on. So this, as George Geddes describes here, the deals for 2 experienced coaches will be finalized soon. So apparently Raucus is not necessarily going to be the coach of this team anymore. He might still be there in another role. But yes, some are saying that yes, he's not going to be the head coach. They're bringing in 2 experienced new coaches for this lineup, and those coaches have a different idea on their new IGL. The pair of coaches, apparently, whoever it is, we'll see in a second, I suppose, when it gets confirmed, or at least further rumored, these coaches have eyed an in-game leader who will be reported once the deal has been finalized. So I think it's kind of good reporting here, just because if they say the IGL, George Geddes and Esports, then they might potentially pose a risk to that kind of deal going through. So they're going to keep it quiet until the deal's been finalized, maybe not announced, but at least finalized, and then we'll hear what IGL that might be. So there's a few names, FNS, Dephh, you know, potentially Xander, who knows. There's some other options out there, but probably ShahZaM will be gone, especially if this new pair of experienced coaches they're bringing in, wherever then Raucus is going to go, want a new IGL. And just to mention real quick on Evil Geniuses, because they've been relatively quiet, we don't know what EG are planning to do. We even believe that even a couple of days ago, they were still like scrimming with their old roster. So I'm just hoping they at least do something. Now, let's talk 100 Thieves again with the Marved discussion. So we don't know where Marved is going to go. We did wonder whether Sen was an option. Now, apparently he does have plenty of offers. He said on stream last night, I'll share the clip right here, that I'm like, he's like Steph Curry or whoever he compared himself to. If he was a free agent, he would have many offers. And he reckons that he effectively has his pick of the bunch. He has plenty of teams he can join, some teams that he's still weighing up the options of, but one of them seemingly is 100 Thieves.
I'll be fine, guys, okay? Whatever I do, just know I'll be alright. I don't know, I have some options right now, chat. I haven't made up my mind yet. So I can't say, you know, leak my team. I can't really leak anything. I have options, you know what I mean? I'm like Kevin Durant. Steph Curry if he was a free agent. I can't, there's nothing to leak.
Launching smoke.
It's like, I have to decide.
What?
You guys will know what I'm doing soon.
So Marved leaked this at the end of his stream, and to me, if this is like an orchestrated leak, then this is very impressive work, but I don't think it is, because I believe he kind of leaked this and was like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have shown you that or whatever, because this is of course his desktop, and if you guys look closer to the top left of the screen, you can see a folder in which there is one particular logo. Now, well actually, I guess I'll bring it up on the big screen to some degree. This is what it looks like on the big screen. You've got this logo right here. So this folder was seen, RSNDA_JN. Someone was saying that JN may be the initials of some of the, potential guy that he might be working with from 100 Thieves, but of course you can very clearly see the 100 Thieves logo inside this this thing, right? So potentially this was something that he was sent by 100 Thieves, or, who really knows what's going on here, but still, the fact that he's got a folder on his desktop titled NDA, and then he's got a 100 Thieves logo in here, makes me think that probably there might be something going on. So whether this is confirmed, 100T Marved is a thing, who knows, just because, look, Marved, as he kind of said, he has other offers. He could go to 100 Thieves maybe, he could decide to go another way, but if let's say 100 Thieves is an option because Cryo now is going to be there, we said that Bang was not for sure, right? And I was thinking, okay, Bang, for me, I would probably keep him, but like, look, if Marved is an option, then you probably get Marved. It's the same philosophy really with the Will and Cryo thing, right? It's like, look, do you keep Will hoping to build him into a Cryo or a Yay? But why would you do that if you can just get Cryo, let's just say, as they have done? And it's the same maybe with Bang, right? Do you keep Bang hoping he can become Marved, or do you just get Marved, which is seemingly might be what they're considering, right? So I like Bang, of course, but Marved is a little bit different. And just to finish off with a couple of things as we close out today's video, there's some Valorant tournaments upcoming and confirmed here in the off-season. This is the list, at least in North America and the APAC region. Surprising to me that there's nothing, I think, in APAC in the Oceania region again, and I'm sure the one that will catch a lot of you guys' eyes is right at the top here, the Ludwig x Tarik Invitational, January 14th through the 15th. So there are a lot of kind of off-season tournaments upcoming, and hopefully some of these teams can get involved in them when they are confirmed over the coming weeks. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.